Hey, you guys. This is your girl, Disparate Amelia, back again with another video. I hope you all have had a blessed year and have found multiple things to be grateful for. We are back with another 12 days till the new year. VI-DE-OOO. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody out there. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you're about, I just want to wish you a happy holidays. And if you stumbled upon this video, or if you're one of my subscribers, I thank you for giving me the time and for watching this video. I love you all so much. This video is all about traveling. I'm gonna talk about some of my traveling experiences this year, and I'm also going to answer some questions. A lot of people ask people to give me some questions on Instagram, and a lot of people had questions about travel, so we're going to get into that. I am obsessed with the shirt that I have on right now. This is actually my Christmas shirt. Okay, I got the shirt in France. Let me see if I can show y'all what's up. But it has like beading at the top, and it's kind of peplum. I can't really give you the full view, but I'm sure you guys will see this in another video. I just absolutely love this shirt. I love it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this, what traveling has taught me. This year I went and traveled a lot. I did a study abroad program with my school, Savannah College of Art and Design, and I went to Lacoste, France, which is a quaint little village in the upper parts of France. And when I say the upper parts, I mean basically how Stone Mountain is the boondocks to Atlanta, Lacoste is the boondocks to France. It was so far from everything else, but it was beautiful. Lacoste just taught me that humanity is so universal. Laughter is universal, love is universal. So even if you don't understand what they're specifically saying, people do feed off of energy and off your vibe, and if you give off a certain vibe, then they're definitely going to receive that and reciprocate that to you. An example is we were there when France won the World Cup for football, for soccer. It was so cool, so amazing. We were in Paris at the time, and everyone was just driving or cycling down the street with their flags and their face painted, and everybody was honking. I didn't know what they were saying, but I was just screaming with them, and I was just so excited because they were excited for their victory. And I got a lot of responses from the cars. I got a lot of honks and looks and things like that because I was so excited with them. They probably thought I was French, but you know. Keep it on the low, okay? So these are a few things that I learned about French culture when I was there. The food is so different. I know you expect that with going to different places, but the food was so different for me. They ate a lot of stuff that I do not personally eat. Like, I'm a very picky eater. Anything from cheese or olives, which were put in everything, goat cheese, which I do not like, which was also put in everything. There was always a meat, so a lot of vegetarians had a hard time being at our campus just because they had a lot of meat and a lot of things. Ice was not a thing there. Like, no one really iced their juice or had like a cup of ice. I always had to request ice when I was in restaurants and things like that, and they would come in like these big huge chunks, which are not chewable. Okay, I realized that Google Translate is definitely my friend when I'm looking at signs, or if I need to go somewhere, or if somebody says something, I look it up on Google Translate. It definitely helped being in the environment. I learned a lot of things being there. Like, of course, they teach you bonne nuit, which means good night, but nobody really says bonne nuit or good night unless like you're actually in your bed, like about to go to sleep. It's always bonsoir or bonjour. So towards like 4 or 5, it turns from bonjour to bonsoir. After that, nobody really says bonne nuit unless you're like leaving their house to go to sleep, or you're going to your house. Bonne nuit, like goodbye. So learning about the languages through experience really helped me a lot. They drove stick there in France, which I'm not accustomed to. I've never driven stick before. Of course, I didn't drive when I was there, but I found that really interesting. Like, all the professors also had to learn how to drive stick before they went there. So that was really cool to know. Going back to food, they eat at really weird times of the day, not only at home, but when we would go to places like Marseille and Paris, restaurants would close at like 3 and not really open back up until like 7. I'm not really sure if I'm getting those times right. But if you like got a late start to your day, then you're probably not gonna get any food from these restaurants at like 3 p.m. which was so weird to me. I still don't know why that's a thing. If somebody can explain that to me in the comment box below. Certain times of the day restaurants would close and we would just be out of luck. Like we would have nowhere to eat. It was so strange to me. And I still don't know why that happened, but it was a thing. Even though food was closed, there was always places to drink. And when I mean drink, I mean like alcoholic drinks. Even at like 9 a.m. in the morning, yes, these places were always open. And even if they were a food place, they didn't serve food, but they do serve drinks. So that was also weird for me. I mean, you can drink I think anytime here, but there's a specific time like happy hour where you can go in and get your drink on, but people were drinking real early. Okay, so those were just some of the little things that I learned in France. I just wanted to recap it a little bit. If you have any questions about it, put that in the comment box down below. This year I also traveled to New York, which I haven't been there since I was 18, since I graduated high school. I went there for AFROPUNK Brooklyn, but I also got time to visit my family. I got to see my dad, I got to see my aunt on my dad's side and my cousin. I was so used to where my dad was living. That changed up a lot. So I was like, oh my God, there's a new restaurant here and this got moved and there's apartments going up here. Like it was really cool to see that. I moved I guess you could say 3 different times this year, and I'm counting moving as in I called 3 different places home this year, which was so emotionally and physically draining for me. Our moving process was just so much because we decided to move by ourselves. We didn't really have like a U-Haul or anything to take all our things, so we just moved it bit by bit. And I used to live in an apartment on the top floor, I think on the 3rd floor, which was the top, and we were moving boxes up and down like every single day for almost 2 weeks. After I came back from France, it was like a 2-week constant moving, and I was so physically tired going up and down the steps. I mean, I'm strong, but I'm not like moving boxes and moving beds kind of strong, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a very small person. It just gave me so much endurance emotionally and physically. Like I was so tired at the end of that. And then as soon as I moved from my apartment to my new place, I moved right back to school. It was just crazy. Like my mind was all over the place. I was just emotionally drained from there. And then coming back, I know I talked about what loneliness has taught me earlier on in these 12 days before the new year. So it was crazy. It was crazy. I also called France home, which was really cool. I got to live in France for 3 months, and that was a really insane experience too. It was so hot. We didn't have any air conditioning in our room. I love to be like in covers, like just wrapped up. I couldn't even sleep with covers. That's how hot it was. I brought pajamas and I didn't even want to be in my pajamas. I bought like boxers from the grocery store and I just slept in my boxers and a t-shirt the whole time because it was so hot when I was there. It was so hot. So just getting accustomed to that and living with people who weren't my family, who I had to get used to their rhythm and all different kinds of personalities. It was a lot. But I did have fun. I don't want to sound like I didn't have fun, but I just wanted to talk about what traveling has brought out of me, what has brought to me. So out of this whole year, out of this 12 months, I think I've only spent 2-ish months at home. I rarely got to be home this year, and this was like not 2 months all together. Like now I'm here from Thanksgiving to the new year, like 2 months spread out, like a day here or a couple of days here, a week here maybe, and then I was off to somewhere else. That was really hard because I'm very attached to my mom, very attached to being in a comfortable place, being at home. So that was very interesting for me to navigate around not seeing her for so long. I did travel when I was younger, but I was always with people that I knew, people that I was familiar with. But now that I wasn't, it was a very interesting experience for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get into some questions that you all asked me for the new Yeah. Ali, he asked, when do you plan on traveling to a new country again? I honestly don't know when I plan on traveling to a new country again. I am very into the thought of traveling to new places like every year. I don't know if I'll be able to do it next year, who knows, but I would love to travel to somewhere new very soon. Anywhere in Europe, like London, that would be really interesting. Probably Italy or Spain. I've always wanted to go to Brazil, but who knows when that's gonna happen. Let's pray for it to be very near in the future. Brianni, my girl Brianni, asked, did you tell them you were American overseas? If I didn't have to, and this is a big thing, okay, so foreigners, as we would call them, or the natives to wherever I was at that specific time, people don't obsess over America like America obsesses over America, okay? Sometimes people are not really fond of Americans, or sometimes they target Americans. That's why in my vlogs I didn't really want to like put my camera up and out there, because people would look at you a certain way and like try to target you for like pickpocketing and those kinds of things, and I'm not about that life. I did not say that I was American if I didn't have to, because most times they automatically assume that you're French, especially if you greet them how they greet you, then they'll automatically assume that you speak French, which is fair, you're in France, so most likely you speak French. But if they didn't ask me, or if I could figure out what they were trying to say, I'd either not talk that much and just respond or do whatever was asked, or I just wouldn't tell them at all. Now, if it really came down to it that I had to say, I don't understand, then that's when that would happen. There was one instance where I was in Azara and I was really trying to be like, oh, I'm French, you know, I understand what they're saying, which I do. I did understand like the money values and those kind of things, or I could guesstimate it and then give them a specific amount and they give me my change back. And there was one time where I had the wrong change and the guy was speaking to me in French, and I wasn't saying anything. I don't even remember what he said. I think he was like, wrong change, but it was in French, but it was really aggressive. I don't know. I just gave up. I just gave up. I was like, yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about. He was like, oh, English, you gave me the wrong change. And I was like, hello, excuse me, calm down. Not the one. But I gave him the right change, so sometimes it doesn't always work out, but if I could avoid it at all costs, then I definitely did. And I did not tell these people that I was American, okay? So that was all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was really quick and cute little video. Just wanted to give you guys an update of what my travel has taught me, what was going on, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.